Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we are from 10 group. We will present our material about register. But before that, let me introduce our member. The first is Rofiqo, Wafiq, Azizah, Shinta, Masyaro, Noermadi, Zeareta, and last is Siti Rohaeni. For the first speaker will be, for the first material will be delivered by Siti Rohaeni. For Siti Rohaeni, time is yours.
Okay, Shira, thank you. Before I explain about what a register, I will explain first about what is language variation. Variation as a language has systems and subsystems that are understood equally by language speakers. Speakers are in a heterogeneous society so that the form of language varies. Variation in French variate, which means variety or type. The existence of language variation is not absolutely due to the presence of speakers, but the existence of social interaction carried out by speakers. The diversity of language will increase if the language is used by many speakers and is in a wide area. Language variation related to their use or function are called lexicon function or can also be called registers. Okay, next, the definition of register. In linguistics, a register is a variety of a language used for a particular purpose or in a particular social setting. For example, when speaking in a formal setting, an English speaker may be more likely to adhere more closely to prescribed grammar, pronounce words ending in ing with a filler nasal instead of an alveolar nasal. Example, walking, not walking. Choose more formal words. Example, father versus dad, or child versus kids. And refrain from using contraction such as ain't than when speaking in an informal setting. Okay, I will return to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for Siti Rohaeni. For the next material will be delivered by myself. Okay, next slide. Okay, history and use. The term register was first used by the linguist Thomas Bertram Reed in 1956 and brought into general currency in the 1960s by a group of linguists who want to distinguish among variations in language according to the user, defined by variables such as social background, geography, sex, and age, and variations according to use, in the sense that each speaker has a range of varieties and choices between them at different times. The focus is on the way language is used in particular situations, such as legalese or mother race, the language of a biology research lab, of a news report, or of the bedroom. Okay, enough for me. For the next material is Rofiqo, Wafiq, Azizah. For Rofiqo, time is yours.
Okay, I will explain about the material register as formality cell. In one prominent model, Martin Joss, 1961, described 5 styles in spoken English. The first frozen, this is also referred to as static register, printed and changing language such as biblical quotation often contains our same. Examples are the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States of America and other static vocalizations that are recited in a ritualistic monotone. The wording is exactly the same every time it is spoken. The second is formal. One-way participation, no interruption, technical vocabulary or exact definitions are important. Includes presentation or introductions between strangers. Next slide. Consultative. Two-way participation, background information is provided. Prior knowledge is not assumed. Back channel behavior such as, oh, huh, I see, and etc. is common. Interruption, and etc. Casual. In group, friends, and acquaintance, no background information provided. Ellipsis and common. Interruption common. This is common among friends in a social setting. The fourth is intimate, non-public, in intonation more important than wording or grammar. Private vocabulary also includes non-verbal message. This is most common among family members and close friends. Next. Three aspects.
Okay, thank you, Rofiqo.
Okay.
For the next presenter is Shinta Ma'rifatul Masyarah. For Shinta, time is yours.
Okay, Sila. Three aspects of register organization. The first characteristic of repertories. This contains is repertoire size, grammatical rank, and semantic rank. And second, stereotypes of indexical effectiveness, typically exhibiting a social rank. And the last, social domain as of user. Next. Next slide, please. Style, context, and register. The first addresses as an influence on style. The more familiar the speaker is with the address, the style used will be less formal. This tendency is observed across language. And the last, accommodation theory, speech accommodation. The speech of each person converge toward the speech of the other person they are conversing with. The style becomes similar. Okay, back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, guys. I think that's all for the Thames group. Sorry if I have many mistakes. And last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.